That's horrifying.
Yeah, they 3D printed my family. Where did they get the memories? Oh, wait,
Really?
memories.
Memory, there you go.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, and joining us today is Ray. Ray, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself? Tell us, everybody.
Excellent. Yeah, I'm Ray from Our Nights. Normally on our channel, we react to a bunch of sci-fi theme shows and movies. And once in a blue moon, we'll throw an anime in there. And I'm looking forward to hanging out here with you today, brother, and seeing what we're going to watch today, which is called Memories, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, you remember that. Yeah. Memories is a 1995 anthology. I believe it's essentially 3 short films put together. Now,
I did hear about this.
Do you want to go over anything you might know about it?
I believe, I don't know the name of the director, but I do know, I do believe that he's very famous. Like, he's done stories that are kind of like out there. So I think what we're going to watch today is something that's, is not a typical type of animation or storytelling. It's his style, but it's very unique to what he does.
The executive director is the creator of Akira.
Ah, there you go. Even better, right? Because Akira was a masterpiece.
Yeah. Well,
the guy knows what he's doing. You don't think so? You don't think Akira was a masterpiece?
Unpopular opinion. Well, here's the thing: is that I read Akira before I watched Akira, and the manga of Akira is so much better than the movie Akira.
I mean, can we say that about every anime at this point? The manga is always better.
I don't. I guess my experience so far is 2 for 2 on the manga being better than the movie, but I don't know if it's true for everything. But here's the problem: is that the movie Akira is like 1/3 of the manga. Like, it doesn't end. Like, it ends like 1/3 of the way through the story. So imagine if you watched Jurassic Park and it ended when the dinosaurs got loose. Like,
I get you. I mean, that makes sense, But it still came off as a complete story for those of you people who didn't read. Like, I didn't read the manga, So it came off pretty good to me, And at the same time, Akira came out when I was getting into anime the first time around. So it's one of the first animes that I've seen. So it's very near and dear to me. So this guy, so I believe this man who we're about to watch now with Memories, there's a skill set, or there's a way that he does things that I do appreciate. It's kind of like the guy who does, and again, I'm sorry if I'm not good with names. The guy who does the Ghibli studio guy, the guy who hates America, that guy.
My problem is that before we started this, and even though that was like an hour ago, we were talking about names, and we brought up Akira Toriyama, and that's not the guy, but now it's the only name in my head. So,
oh, really? There you go. Well, don't call everybody that. It won't come off very well,
No, see, the problem is I can visualize the guy you're talking about. I've seen him so many times, and I've also seen so many of his movies. Princess Mononoke.
Love it. Love Princess Mononoke.
Oh, now everything's the Boy and the Heron, or just the Girl and the Heron. I can't remember the names.
The Boy and the Heron. Yeah, the Boy and the Heron was that's pretty dark. But I'm gonna tell you what, though, I do think that maybe this is an unpopular position to hold, but I think 90s anime is better than today's anime. Like, I like there's something very cool about that style. There's some anime. You ever seen the Record of the Lotus Wars?
I have not. I have read the wiki page about it. Well, because Record of the Lotus War has its own RPG in Japan that is basically like D&D. So it is the inspiration for a lot of stuff. I have not watched it, though.
But if you were able to, you watch the animation style, the art style is beautiful. It's just a beautiful movie. So,
speaking about the art style, one thing I want to go back to something I said a second ago, which is that Akira is not as good as the manga. I'll agree that Akira is a visual masterpiece. My dispute is about the narrative and what was taken away from the manga. That's the only dispute. So,
well, I'm glad you cleared that up, because honestly, I thought you were saying the other thing, other way around.
No. 100%. Akira is a visual spectacle. It is a wonder to be marveled at, but that's why I want to clarify that before we moved on to something else.
Well, I got to see it. Go ahead.
Oh, so to your 90s thing, I am currently reacting to at least two 90s anime with Infinite Rivals and Vision of Escaflowne. So I try to, when I'm reacting to stuff, go across the spectrum. I have at least, 3 or 4 2000s plus anime and a bunch of stuff 90s and before. So I watched the first episode of 1960s Astro Boy and
Okay.
some completely untranslated episodes of Astro Boy. Sorry, we reacted to Pluto, which is the most modern version of any Astro Boy content.
Which I love. I thought that was excellent.
Yeah, and then I went back and I watched the 1960s version of Astro Boy. It's one of the first anime in, I don't know if syndication is the right word, but to actively be put out on TV channels. Like, obviously, there was earlier anime to that, but those were typically like what you would consider to be an OVA today, like singular releases and short run things. I think episode 100 and something of the 1960s Astro Boy was the arc. Like, there's 2 episodes back to back that is comprises Pluto. But after like episode 80 or something, Astro Boy doesn't get translated into English. So I sat down and watched, not knowing what anything and what he's saying. So this is my interpretation of trying to figure out what's happening on screen.
So, did you enjoy it though? Were you able to sit down and watch? How many episodes did you see like this?
2. No, I watched the first episode of Astro Boy to see what Astro Boy was like.
Okay.
Especially back then. Because I think my plan at the time was I was going to watch the first episode of every incarnation of Astro Boy and then compare that to Pluto. But I decided, no, that might spoil me too much. So I decided I would watch the first episode of that, and then I watched those 2 episodes of, again, the original version of the animation of the Pluto arc. I mean, I enjoyed it because it was basically Astro Boy encounters thing, gets into fight, then another fight happens, and then another fight happens. It's like, I don't know who this other guy is with a cape and a cowl and this. Yeah, it's just like, I'm making my own narrative and trying to figure it out. It's like, oh, okay, I guess he's bankrolling this guy, and this guy must be like a mad scientist or whatever. I don't know what Pluto's doing, but he seems to be working for the rich guy, and I'm just trying to piece it together. It's a visual medium.
Gotcha. I'm sure that wasn't easy to try to figure out what was going on, for sure.
I think it was more entertaining to try and figure out how that applied to Pluto when I watched Pluto. It's like, okay, that must be the rich guy. Because Pluto is so nuanced in its political stuff and what's going on and keeping a mystery, whereas the 60s version is just like, rich guy just bouncing, I'm angry.
Well, I think back in the 60s and 70s, for the most part, those animes were a lot more, they're more simple. They weren't as deep in storytelling as they are nowadays. You'll get. Matter of fact, I want to say that maybe some of the deepest animes with stories probably, maybe I'm wrong, kind of started become more popular in the 80s. Like Go-Go 13. Go-Go 13 was in the 80s. And I think the stories in those were at least getting a bit more mature, getting a little better, as opposed to the cartoony, comedy-ish way that it was done. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying all anime. I think a big chunk of them were.
I mean, I would argue the 70s. 70s is where you come out of the, I can't remember the name. It goes from whatever I'm trying to think of to Real Robot, where you have the robots that are just almost mystical, that they can do anything. And then you have the emergence of, say, like a Tamino show, like Voltes 5, massive in the Philippines, because it has a whole revolutionary message, which was important to them during their history back then. Which starts the, well, it doesn't start, it's part of the romance trilogy, which is more important to storytelling than not like, I'm watching Voltes 5, which is like 1977, and it's like the mother sacrificing her life for her sons, and the absent father, which is a motivation for the characters to constantly try and win him back or be tricked by the enemies because their dad has been gone since one of them was like 2 or 3 years old, and the other ones are old enough to remember his voice or even remember what he looks like. It's very important narrative storytelling. Or 1974, Space Battleship Yamato,
But is that big in the U.S. though? I mean, I'm thinking more of a U.S. market. Like I can see that being
okay.
big.
1979. Then the first Gundam. Tamino is the guy who made Gundam, but he also
I can see that. I can definitely see that.
Voltex 5 was also his creation.
But that's almost 80s. 39. Like we're getting there. And I think it begins maybe in the late 70s, but during the 80s, I think you see more of it.
Well, again, like I said, 1974, Space Battleship Yamato. That's early 70s, and that's I was saying this while I was reacting to it. I only started it's not even hit YouTube yet, but Space Battleship Yamato has all of the signs of it, if you remember the OG Battlestar Galactica you were watching, that you watched the movie for. Literally almost the same, except that it starts on Earth. Starts on Earth and they go away from there. But it's essentially Battlestar Galactica anime form.
Okay. I think I want to say it sounds familiar to me, you know.
It's on its 50th anniversary. They're selling little gold. It's Space Battleship Yamato is the ruins of the actual Battleship Yamato from World War II.
Okay,
yeah. Earth has been nuclear wasted by aliens. They're just bombarding us with stuff, and we some people have episode 1 is literally sign off from Buenos Aires. Everyone's dead there. Yeah.
So
and we've tunneled up underneath the Battleship Yamato and hollowed it out and made a spaceship out of it. And we're going into space actually the first episode is literally we've lost all of our defenses. Earth is defenseless now. And the last ship is limping back to Earth with whatever crew it has left. And that's the crew that's going to go up into space because we get a message from an alien race. It's we've got a thing that can cure Earth of its radiation thing. You have to get here within a year, though, because otherwise everyone's going to be dead on Earth.
How many episodes does this show have?
There's multiple seasons. I think 6 seasons, multiple movies, and then it got rebooted.
Really?
And there's a live action version as well.
Wow.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's older than Gundam. It's just less prevalent than Gundam is.
I think the anime isn't it named. I don't know if you mentioned it. It's named after that big ship during World War II.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I said that.
Yeah.
I'm not using the words Space Battleship Yamato as a descriptor. That is the name of the anime in English, anyway.
Gotcha. All right. Well, cool. All
right. Well, I think we actually talked about everything but the thing we're gonna watch.
Well, yeah, we're not gonna watch Memories. Well, it's funny. Well, we're talking about how prolific he was. Or I don't even know, man. Is he still alive?
I think so. Sorry, I've got his name here. He is. Yeah, he's alive.
All right. Well, good.
70 years old.
It seems that he was prolific in what he's done. And I'm looking forward to this.
I was gonna say, since we were covering what you knew, which I guess is you knew about Memories, but you don't know much about anything in it, right?
No, I don't. I know about the guy, and I know it was an anthology, but what's in it, I have no idea.
Okay, I think I've seen the second one. Well, I know I've seen one of them. I've never seen the other two. I know I loved the one that I had seen, so I'm excited to see you see that one. I'm trying to give away nothing, by the way. That's and I guess I should have prefaced this from the start, and I didn't, so I apologize for that. You wanted to see a horror thing.
I did.
Specifically, I was planning to watch Perfect Blue with you, because that would be the epitome of a great psychological horror. But unfortunately, we had both seen it. Well, I thought
I would seen it, yeah,
20-something years ago for me, but yeah. So, unfortunately, not going to happen. So, this was the runner-up in choices I had to make.
And it's not a bad choice. I've been dying to watch this, actually.
All right. Well, I guess that's everything. So, without anything else, let's go ahead and hop on into it.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
That's the name, by the way. The one we couldn't remember.
Katsuhiro Otomo?
Raider of Akira.
Memories. I like that. That's the way he spelled that out.
Oh, also, things I keep forgetting to bring up. We're watching this in English because Ray has a preference for English.
I can't see. I'm blind. I can't find my glasses.
It's fine. We're also having the subtitles on, so. And of course, this is going to be on the full thing, so you can retime your own Japanese version if you want. I could probably make a collage of all the panning space shots I've watched in anime.
Must have got caught in the gravity well before it could wander into deep space.
Well, it's not going anywhere.
Oh, it's not that very shape, is it, the names?
The recorder's worth grabbing, but the rest of it... I don't know. You want the whole thing?
We're out of cargo space. I'll just exit.
Roger. Pull it out.
I guess they're kind of a Planetes sort of group.
Mm-hmm.
If you're unfamiliar, Planetes is like space janitors. Her memories.
Corona. It's a good name for a ship. Not gonna lie to you. I like it. Corona.
I don't know what a bad name for a ship would be, other than obvious.
Station 103, coming. Station 103 to Corona, we copy. What's your status, Corona? Work assignments are complete. The unidentified mass obstructing PC-302 have been removed and destroyed. Currently en route back to Station 103.
Roger that, Corona. Good work. Do you think it'd be possible to make a stop by Route N on your way back to base?
10? It's a little bit out of the way.
I do love attention to detail. The background is all
Yeah, it's
filled
gorgeous.
Over there, but it's a small crew, so they're kind of in over their heads. And since it's Route N, we don't have anybody else in the area that can help. You're the closest ones. What do you say, Ivanov? Can you manage it?
I'm sorry. That's a negative. All of us are
I can know. Are they Russian?
including the ship.
Are you sure it
I
can't
think
be
so.
Russia? Not even with some
I mean, Ivanov is the only name I've seen so far.
Well, I tried. Okay, safe travels back then, gentlemen. I'll send you the rendezvous coordinates in a little.
Roger. What the hell was that about? Do we have to run in and cover your ass every time you screw up? Not like you even give us good jobs to begin with.
Well, you're a garbage collector, trash.
I also appreciate the fact that, you know,
Hell you know.
zero gravity.
I was gonna say that's got to be fun.
Well, sure, we could all buy houses in California if we found a massive shipwreck.
Well, I just mean that you're not beholden to normal, like, layout design. You can put things anywhere, really.
Am I right?
Yeah, it'd be a good use of a space, especially tight spaces like this.
Hausima is telling me that you can't find good wrecks anymore.
Is that so? If it's a wreck you want to see, just look in the next room.
Oh, I remember you, baby. Don't worry, Cecile. I won't make you wait too much longer. Yeah, my sweet Cecile. Oh, but wait, I can't forget about Catherine. I know I'm
He said there was
Is that
a
a
wreck
window or dead body?
outside.
but it's so
Where?
hard.
I thought there was like a dead body just floating there.
There was the picture.
That's
I-
probably the window. They're probably looking in there, looking at a window.
Stuck out here.
Well, I was about to say, they said there was a wreck outside, but didn't they just vaporize the wreck?
Yeah. I just feel bad for any woman that falls for that nonsense.
Uh-oh. Better watch out for your daughter, Heinz. What is she, about 10 by now?
Oh, give me a break. I like him young, not that young.
Jesus Christ.
Done with the log.
Yeah, it must not have been a dead body since it seems to be inside their own ship
Yeah. There's probably an opening that fell on like a window or something.
or a spacesuit.
There's something quite scary about space, though, isn't it? Or you got that one ship alone in the middle of nowhere with your friends, but still.
I don't know. The ship, no. but like the concept of like floating out into space with like nothing around you ever.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Wait, you see Gravity?
Sure, it's an SOS.
I did see Gravity,
Yeah,
but I get it.
Yeah, getting flung out.
It's
And you're just-
horrifying.
yeah, because it's infinite void and also long death.
We have to respond to a distress
Slow,
call.
long death.
Bullshit. Let's just call it in so we can go home.
Asshole! That goes against regulations.
We'll lose our space crew license if we don't.
Oh, I guess the whole thing that you have to respond to SOSs.
Yeah, this is that alien trope.
3005?
You see, knew that call was bullshit.
There? No, that's in Sargasso.
The graveyard of outer space.
Is it calling because one of us is getting old?
Whoa, that's one hell of a magnetic field.
I mean, that would be a thing, right?
Get the magnetic shielding on our ship computer.
An SOS coming from a space graveyard.
That'd be like going in naked?
You're basically always naked.
I just don't want to be the second distress call. Right, boss?
Enter the new coordinates.
That ship must be riddled with hair.
It could be.
They're grown-ass hairy men, and they're all shirtless in zero-G.
And no pants on, just every button had something on it.
Oh, I was thinking more about what happens when you get food out. Your food be coated in hair.
Did they get a call from like a ship or was it like a base?
They got an SOS signal, and they say it's coming from the Sargasso, which is the same thing on the ocean, where there's like pockets in the ocean where just shit collects together.
Mm.
Boss, the mag field's kicking up.
Computers already crashed. All right, switching to the backup.
I know it's one of my favorite aspects of Terran Trade Authority is that they had a space Sargasso that had a NASA ship in it. It's like, how the fuck did this get here? It's a mystery. Nobody fucking knows.
Boss, look at this.
What the hell is that?
This is a meteor in the center of all that?
I don't, maybe it's the center of the ship all the wreckage came from.
That could be.
They thought it looked really important. I don't know what it means.
I wouldn't want to be that one guy. That guy who just went by himself just now. I wouldn't want to be him. Yeah, you're right. It's a giant wreck.
It's huge.
It's massive.
Practically an asteroid. I guess that would make it the same size as the Red Dwarf.
How we doing out
If you never seen that show, never mind.
So far so good. I'm just getting a little static.
Well, it's famous British sci-fi.
Yeah, I've been actually watch it. I'm gonna have to watch it at some point.
Even the first episode, it's great.
We're gonna dock. Guide us in.
But it is also mostly comedy sci-fi.
So someone must be home. Let's hope they're not.
Well, I mean, that or the SOS signal just went off on its own. But what
But
would
it looks
cause
like
that?
the ship looks like it's quite old though at this point.
Well, I mean, that was,
It's been floating there for some time.
yeah, that was their point. It's like, why is the SOS coming from the graveyard? We don't want to be a second SOS.
Yeah.
Alcima, there it is.
Got it.
Well, clearly not dead. There's electricity going in there.
Don't tell me that's the loading bay. If they start shooting at us, I'm gonna be really pissed.
Time to ring the doorbell, boys.
Is that an entrance? I think this thing is riddled with entrances.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't want to go into the front door.
I don't know. I don't think I'd be afraid of this thing.
I think I would.
I mean,
like, nope.
Conceivably,
here.
it didn't put up much of a fight. Look at it now. Unless you're thinking about this, did you ever watch The Abyss?
Yes, I love the Abyss.
Yeah, unless you're thinking about this as like the wrecked sub in The Abyss or everything or any corner, it's scary.
Your ID.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You don't know. First, you don't know what did this. Something did this. There's a reason why this is Iraq right now.
Okay.
So it's a giant mystery.
All right. I, Heinz Beckner, and my partner Miguel
Oh, this is a-
are about to enter and provide aid and rescue, acting on a Mayday signal.
That's proof.
From this vessel in
Well, yeah, it's
C3005.
doesn't bode well that you're giving like your final testament before you go into the ship.
I know.
05. The date is October
But I mean, the thing is, remember, it's not floating out here by itself. It's in the middle of essentially a gravitational graveyard where everything gets pulled into. I think it'd be different if it was floating out here alone. Then my concern would be, what did this to this, and is it still around?
But still, I mean, something happened. Something made it derelict.
Well, I think it's also interesting that they saw the name on the outside, and they don't have any, like, registry. Like, what ship was this?
True.
Like, we at least knew what the event horizon was before we went on the event horizon.
I think if I go on this, if I was one of these guys, I would at least give me a weapon, something, just for me mentally feel okay.
But I can promise that won't change. Be back in 3 hours.
Copy that.
Which they probably don't have any weapons. These guys are scavengers or mechanics.
I don't know, they mentioned pirates before they went on.
You okay?
Oh, yeah. Nothing like that.
By which I don't mean they are pirates.
No,
I mean,
they can be pirates though, because they were pirates. Where were they?
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're not
yeah.
pirates. They mentioned the concern about pirates, which means pirates exist, or they're just making them up. I don't know.
So they probably have a hull full of stuff, minerals or something.
I don't know. Yeah, it seemed like they were vaporizing trash before, so I don't know.
I told you should have been taking your calcium.
I hear that.
Hey, Miguel, get out of there.
Oh, gun.
Ugh.
I can't get up.
Just pump the release.
Well, I think it's more like he's freaking out.
He got out. It could be that he did. Yeah. What the hell?
Do we get the lady or the tiger?
Only one way to find out.
Well, remember the air came on, and apparently the air is good. There's no radiation.
Or as soon as they locked the door, the air it kicked in.
Yeah. But again, I figure this place is filled with holes, so is that even good?
But he just started hallucinating? Is that real?
We don't know what this ship is. This could be Space Titanic, and this could be fine. This could be actual real.
You guys seeing this?
But I don't believe it. It's like the royal family exploded in here.
No, they're seeing it on recording. Star of David?
That's what I was thinking.
So maybe
giant chandelier.
Maybe it's supposed to be culty? You know, like one of those cult scenes where you see them doing like human sacrifices, like a bunch of rich people get together.
You think so? I don't think so. I think this is, well, at least it's looking more like, is it a giant theater?
Well, there's no a theater for
like
that small little stage. Again, it's the Greek statues of like people in like torment almost.
Listen, I've been seeing sci-fi for quite some time. I don't think I've ever seen a room like this in any ship.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking more like secret Roman cult or something. Oh, that looks like a Victorian picture.
Well, at first I thought illusion, but they were picking up on the cameras too, so it can't be that.
What a classy babe.
Owner of the ship, maybe?
God, I hope so.
Why do you hope so?
Sir Miguel comes to save sleeping
This ship looks old.
I like the sound of that.
What's wrong?
What the hell?
Maybe they are going crazy.
Someone's there. It's a woman.
I don't know. I guess the ship is pretty big. Maybe.
You could be like an environment, a closed environment up there like this.
Yeah.
Kind of like the deal with the Gundam.
Well, I was thinking more. I can't remember the name of the movie.
I think they're losing their minds.
What? That the other room was real, and this one, never mind.
She just vanished.
Hologram?
No, maybe. Oh, holograms could be. Yeah, that hologram.
I like the added detail that both of their spacesuits have stains on the front in different places.
Yeah, well, I guess you could say she ghosted me.
Hey man, those '90s anime, bro. I'm telling you, there's something charming about them.
Shut up.
Plenty of time for flirting once we get home.
Behind you.
The statues. I told you the statues.
Your luncheon is waiting for you in the dining room, madame.
Holy shit, that would have scared the hell out of me.
Yeah, I don't care how rich I get. I'm not going to have tiny child figures serving me.
No, not at all. Well, that's too creepy.
Oh, yeah. Check it out. Ashima.
Would not take the helmet off either. I don't care how good it says the air is.
Calm down. It's the perks of being the away team. Right, Heinz?
Yeah, but I don't think Miguel's all there.
Never thought I'd find real red wine all the way out here. Table's only set for one.
Well, he's hot for what apparently is a dead woman, so.
By herself, apparently.
Works for me.
No chance in hell I think she's alive here. Although the SOS came from somewhere.
You a glass too?
Yeah, but he's drinking. He's about to drink, and you don't know if any of this stuff is any good.
It's such a good vintage. Nice bouquet.
Miguel, this isn't funny. That shit could kill you. Put it down.
You sound like my mother. To you, madame. Cheers.
Ugh.
Serves you right. You should be glad you're still alive.
So I'm going to assume that means it's been sitting out here for a long time.
Shit, it's just garbage made to look pretty.
Yeah, well, you're an idiot for putting it in your mouth in the first place.
A lot of separate rooms up ahead. I don't need to secure them all, do I?
Don't bother.
I'm getting like Resident Evil vibes off of this.
Yeah, maybe the first mansion before you find out the
Hey, the
zombies.
first mansion.
That could be fake too, for all we know. What is it?
Would that imply that the robots are trying to kill people? That they made horrible food, but made it look good?
They might be the only thing left on this. Like, they might be just programmed, and
If
everybody on the ship is dead, and they're just doing the rounds.
if they made the food look good, even though it was bad, and there was a woman on the ship, is there going to be a good-looking dead body? Well, as I said, they try to make everything look good, even though it's bad.
But this could all still be an illusion for them, right? This could still be giant hologram. They don't know where they walked into.
Now, because they're touching it. If they have, yeah, everything turns to dust in your hands. The fact that they touched the other illusion and it went away, or like they went through it, I think denotes the.
Oh, could it be caught on a time loop? Maybe.
No, this doesn't feel time travel-y.
It kind of does because this all looks Victorian.
No, I just think that's the style of the. Again, what I just said about the Titanic. The Titanic had this real look to the inside of it, even though it was on an ocean liner.
Looks like
That's pretty cool.
trophies are hers. Actually, I think the whole place is hers. If she's still alive, that is.
Also, could this ship be like a luxury yacht that she was living in?
That's what I'm saying. I think it's just designed to look this way on the inside.
It's expensive. She must have dropped $1.50 on this ship.
But how do you see the name of it and not know the name of what ship this is if it's this expensive?
Tokyo Opera Festival.
So, Madame is an opera singer.
Music.
Yeah, and she's been
You would
living
think a ship of like this unique,
surrounded
is well known.
Again, that's what I'm indicating. They saw the name. Or we saw the name. I guess maybe they missed it.
Well, that would explain all these crazy old dresses. Or I guess whatever's left of them.
Yeah, old.
So why'd you send an SOS?
She was probably lonely.
Pretty women, am I right?
Your Tosca today was excellent, Ava. Especially after that.
I can't think of anyone else in that boat.
We're hearing people.
Who's there?
Those are ghosts.
Or holograms. The ship could be replaying something in record. Never mind. Unless the ship's intelligent.
Oh.
Unless we have a Red Queen situation on our hands. Resident Evil.
Well, she left the roses there.
Again, the roses could have always been there, and the hologram just covered it up.
Hey man, don't fuck with me, all right? She was just here.
Now, if his name is on that card, then it's all hands off.
Yeah.
What the hell is wrong with you?
The flowers. I mean, Madame. The Madame was in this room.
Aoshima, what do you see?
I didn't see anything. Maybe you just saw a ghost.
What the hell, guys? Are you all messing with me or something?
Nearly dead.
Dearest Ava, from your card,
2005.
15th, 2005? 05? Miguel, the woman's been dead for years.
She could have been in cryosleep or something. Should probably check the other rooms.
I'm telling you.
Uh-huh. Because ghosts send out SOS signals all the time.
Stop patronizing.
Conceivably, they could. And SOS is just an automated. That is him.
That's him.
This is a real, The Shining. This is The Shining.
Anyway, we're running out of time. We should split up.
It's another movie I haven't seen yet either.
Please don't
Oh.
tell me you're scared of
Well.
ghosts now.
I do want to watch it.
Asshole. You freaked your shit too.
When you do, you'll remember back to this and you'll understand what I meant by that. Because obviously I'm not going to ruin The Shining for you either.
I appreciate that. Did they mention what the current year is? Oh my god, that would scare the hell out of me.
They probably did, but I don't remember. I'm just going to assume the future of that.
Let's assume 100 years in the future.
Well, everything's turning to dust. I don't know how long it takes a dress to turn to dust.
Aoshima, the SOS.
Hold on, I'm checking.
Although, oddly, the carpet and everything isn't. So, I don't know.
But it was also like sealed. Like, there was no oxygen or like that until they walked in.
Yeah.
So maybe that keeps it preserved, maybe?
Well, it's just an element they touch the dress and it falls apart, but they're walking all over the carpet and it's fine.
That's freaky.
Okay, well.
To be fair,
explain that one.
could just be a leaky pipe. Well, there's pipes right behind it in the wall, right? So it could just be leaking through.
Yeah, I would like to believe that, but I don't think that's what the problem is here.
If I think my plumber could explain it to me, I'm not going to be scared about it.
Yeah, looks like she was indeed royalty.
What, like a princess?
So they do have records.
Well, again, maybe they missed the name of the ship, but we saw it.
Decorating.
I'll be honest, I've already forgotten what the name of the ship was.
Her debut as a soprano when she was a kid. People loved her. Critics called her the diva of the century. And then she fell in love with this guy, another opera singer named Carlo Rambaldi, tenor apparently.
I'm happy, as long as Carlo is here by my side.
Huh. So why is a lady like that living out here? Surrounded by all these piles of pretty crap.
From what I can tell, looks like she hit a string of bad luck. Lost her voice entirely.
Says she never stopped performing, but just pantomimed all of her roles. People really turned.
Well, how is she still singing if she lost her voice?
In interviews, she just said it was for Carlo.
Only I may decide my own value.
Well, that was pretty much it. The world stopped revolving around her.
So what happened to Carlo?
Well, the night before their wedding, he... Give you one guess.
What, did he die?
Nailed it. Now, more
I was going to say infidelity.
Wait, really?
I was murdered.
Well, there was a million conspiracy theories. Most people thought it was a crazy fan of hers, but they never caught anyone.
I mean, if he was rich, and then she suddenly flew off in a giant spaceship, it seems pretty clear what happened.
Mm.
Her own memories. What a tragedy.
Midnight?
That's when it all took place?
Well, it seems like that clock died on midnight. Also, this place is weirdly a lot more ruined than everything else.
What was that?
The magnetic field just got a lot stronger.
You hear that? I'm pulling you out. I'm calling off this rescue.
Roger that. Pulling out.
Miguel, are you reading me? I'm aborting this mission.
I think I'm lost. All I can see is scrap metal.
I can't imagine.
So it looks like water damage to me.
It could be. Maybe you're right now. Now that we see this room.
Or oil.
Oh, it's like a sludge.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Miguel, what happened?
I assume the ship needs lubricant, too.
I would not want to be there.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know much lubricant that's good for the
Not
human
even
body.
Zebo. Well, it could be fuel, some type of fuel or oil or something.
Also would be bad to be in.
Yeah, that's there. I wouldn't want to be there.
And God forbid you have something on you that sparks.
You know?
So play your piano, it's still playing somehow.
But this ship is huge. Huge, huge.
Yeah, it's like a Death Star in here.
Wait, really?
Do you not hear it? It's the exact same melody as the SOS.
And again, they're hearing it, so it's real. But how is the SOS coming from the piano?
It was coming from the piano. I mean, it sounded like it, but I don't think it's...
I think he's crazy again.
I think he's losing his mind.
There's no way there's anything in here that's going to be able to project a hologram like this.
But I wonder what could have caused him to lose his mind, or is the actual ship alive messing with him?
Well, let's consider what we've already put together here. He might be in a room filled with fuel. Noxious gas?
Yeah. But we saw a picture of him and her, though he didn't see that picture.
Yeah, I can't explain that one. Unless he's been here the whole time. Maybe everything else is fake.
That could be. That'd be a hell of a twist.
Yeah, he's part of the ship. He in a daydream that he's a... Yeah, it doesn't explain this guy, though. At what point do you just start shooting?
But this movie is also called Memories.
Well, remember, it's also an anthology. So...
But I wonder if they're playing that theme of memory somehow.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess you would think so.
Oh,
Stab?
Did she actually kill him?
I would think not, because they're on a stage. So she should just be an actor. Remember, he has a 10-year-old girl back home. We covered that.
His life is flashing in front of his eyes right now.
It's really big. Oh, wow. I love it. It's a real spacesuit. It's just like the spacesuit you wear. I could come with you now, right?
I don't see why not.
Really? Thank you so much, Papa. Best Papa in the whole world.
She better not have stabbed him. I want this guy to get away.
I think she stabbed him.
Well, that doesn't make any sense. Even for a ghost, she's on a stage doing a performance. You don't stab your fellow performers.
That's exciting. Why don't we talk about that after we eat, okay, Emily?
Oh, is this going to be one of those, I don't think you should go back into space anymore? And he says, no, I have to. And
yeah, we miss you. You know, I'm tired of waiting for you.
So he did get stabbed, and this is just a regret scene that he's having before he dies.
That could be.
Emily, be a good girl and stop pestering your father.
I just wish Papa wasn't always gone away because he's working.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah, I know how you feel, hon.
Yeah.
It would be nice if Papa was around more.
Yeah, this is my last trip, guys. We're good.
Mama, can I have the jam, please?
Emily, you didn't eat your cucumbers again.
But I hate cucumbers.
They don't let
I'm with her.
So some are dying and some are turning into roses.
Well, no, it feels like the ship is regenerating or something. Or none of this is real.
I meant what I said. I want you to stay here. Darling.
It is, There we go.
Wow.
I told you. You
Holy cow.
don't stab your fellow actors. It was all stage performance.
That's horrifying.
Yeah, they 3D printed my family. Where did they get the memories? Oh, wait,
Really?
memories.
Memory, there you go.
I'm okay now.
Now, it's been 30 minutes since you responded to us.
No, I was gonna say it is the Event Horizon. Remember the ship needs a crew.
It is. Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. All I know is I gotta get rid of every last one.
Well, I asked, when do you start shooting?
Do you think of the ship? Do you think of the ship is sentient?
Probably. It was literally that little robot thing that said your food is ready that lured them in deeper. I have to think this is all ship systems doing stuff.
I'm working on it.
Mag level is through the roof. Did you two piss something off in there or something?
I'd have to imagine, because I can't remember the name of the ship, that the ship's probably named after her. So it's just doing all her stuff.
What's wrong, Ava? I'm afraid you're going to leave me, Carlo.
Hell, I can't tell if he's completely lost.
Didn't we unplug? I thought he said we unplugged from the thing.
He did, yeah.
So why are they still sparking?
He's still getting that message. Holy cow!
Yes, we shall be together forever.
I don't think they're gonna survive this.
I think we're gonna pan back from this guy, and he's like gonna be kissing a corpse or something.
I'm so happy.
That's classic horror 101. What you're looking at isn't what's happening.
Yeah, and he's just kissing a corpse. That's crazy.
I am so happy, Carlo.
The rescuers are the ones who need rescuing.
Well, I mean, also the fact that he was in like a mental landscape for half an hour without realizing it. That anything could be happening around here. In any time span. Well, I guess he got...
You have to leave without him.
Well, I guess he got the benefit that he's not kissing a corpse. He's literally doing nothing. It'd be completely different. He looked over and there's just a dead body in his arms.
Oh. Jesus. No, it's the ship. The ship is definitely alive.
Boss, look, you need to see this.
Is that the room that they came in? No, it's the landing pod. Never mind.
Yeah, I think they're all screwed.
It's like, what are you talking about? The whole ship has been sparking around you the whole time.
Oof. Yeah, he's just going deeper and deeper in there.
Remember the whole thing I said about sparks?
Jesus.
But what is the point of luring them in?
Was that another ship?
No, it's like just bright light. Oh, they said the thing. Okay, shot in the dark here. Weird, use words. Shoot your friend in the leg. The pain might shock him back into realizing, and he stopped walking away from you.
That's a good call.
You guys got to get out of here. Although you can't, though. The pod's been destroyed. I just remembered that.
I think they're all screwed at this point.
Carlo will live on forever. Always.
Actually, he died before you got here. Oh, never mind.
What?
You understand.
Okay, so the hologram is failing.
This is all bullshit! You're just living your life in denial. Carlo is already dead!
I prefer to think I've made my Carlo eternal.
Are we gonna pan back and the ship's called Carlo?
That lives on in my memories will never have a change of heart.
Then it was you. You're the one that killed him.
No, we already guessed that.
We guessed that already.
And you dare say reality is preferred? Do you
Yeah, I was about to say, if he shoots her, the piano is playing the SOS, so he would destroy that. Oh, there goes his ID. Oh, and the picture of his wife and kid. What is this room?
He got sucked into Ravenloft.
What's the biggest room in the ship? Yeah, maybe it is Ravenloft. It is surrounded by shadow.
Emily, no!
Visions of your ghost kid gets everybody.
Oh no. Yeah, he's gonna go right after her.
Well, you have to.
Yeah, I mean,
in the 0.01% chance this is really happening. All right, the pod is gone. We're not getting away. Maybe it's time to turn the gun on ourselves. Well, you want to be psychologically tortured for however long this is going to happen?
But that's the thing. The thing is, can you realize that? At that moment, do you realize, yeah, you're being mind fucked at this moment, or you believe like you are going crazy?
Did you remember to bring me back a present? Well, huh?
I mean, it'd be different if they were trying to entice me with like things that I wanted, but it's like, oh, your kid fell off the roof. It's like, what?
But it's messing with his memories. The other guy wasn't really his memories. It was just him dealing with the woman who owns the ship. Her
Remember,
memories.
that guy wanted a hot woman. That's all that guy wanted.
Mm.
This guy, before we got to the ship, talked about his wife and kid.
Come on, Papa, let's go.
I guess the confusing thing is the things that are happening are the things they talked about before they got here.
I'm coming, calm down.
Papa, we could be together forever.
Are we gonna look at the wallet and it's like his kid's dead?
It'll snap out of it.
Sorry, I thought there might have been something written on the other side of the wallet. Oh, it did happen. It's a memory. Oh, fuck, that's so terrible. He gave her the spacesuit. He gave her the spacesuit as a kid, as a present. She played on the roof with it, fell off, and died.
Oh my god.
I said, put the gun on yourself, my man. You don't want to live this.
Oh my heavenly lord.
The Emily you want is right over here.
All you have to do is die,
Just
and you can be
walk
with the
over,
rest of
yeah.
us forever.
Oh boy.
Oh, wait, how'd you make her real? Again, the fact that she died in the spacesuit that you gave her playing with it is the... I don't need that. Again, everyone here is 3D printed. They're made of that weird 3D printer
I
stuff.
know that. The resin. Except for her. Oof.
Yeah, but she's just a hologram of a robot. I'm saying, man, we know you're not getting out of here.
Oh, they're screwed. They're screwed.
Yeah, the thing's falling apart. Weird name for a cannon.
The analyzer cannon?
We're gonna analyze them completely. I'm assuming that's what they used on the space debris that we saw at the beginning.
On the satellite?
Yeah. But again, why'd you build the ship to read minds?
It's the computer.
Oh, I thought that's where her dead body was going to be.
But there seems... Is that real?
I'm going to assume yes, but like I said, anything in here could be fake.
Because like there's plants growing. There's overgrowth.
I mean, if there were plants in here, they could have grown.
Welcome home, darling.
Yeah, I guess at this point they're just gonna fire the thing, so they take it out with them. Because it seems like they're dying no matter what.
There he goes. Good Lord.
And she was an opera singer. Sorry, did we see what happened to the other guy?
The last time we saw him, he was chasing. Remember, he ended up with a crowd of people.
Yeah, he walked into a light. Yeah, but does that mean he died? Yeah, the other debris around the ship was other ships too, so that was just a dead body that we saw going flying by. So clearly, other crews have been lured into this.
Fell into this trap. Yep.
It's the ghost ship scenario.
It's funny that she's a singer. It's almost like. I'm thinking about the sirens calling in the sailors in the ships. You know, I wonder if that's
Greek mythos. Yeah, it's probably part of it. Certainly was for that other guy that died. Also, their ship is also being pulled into the thing that they fired. Oh, so all these people were here. They're not fully holograms. They're also the dead bodies that are in there. So all that muck is also dead body juice.
That's awful.
I was waiting to see her. I knew she'd be here somewhere.
So beautiful today.
Hey, I think the other guy's turned into Carlo.
I mean, you, of course.
That was the point of making him part of the picture.
That picture, yep.
Splendid as well.
Yeah, because we didn't see him again. He's got to be somewhere.
Then that must be why when I see them, I'm always reminded of you.
It's him without the band, I think.
Times when you need reminding. Yet here I am, thinking of nothing other than you.
Oh, it's a giant flower. Get it?
Giant rose.
I mean, even if that guy didn't die in all of this, there's no food here.
No, they were gonna die from the get-go. There's no way they're gonna survive this.
Oh, it's not even in deep space, it's just in orbit. What's this giant face thing?
That's probably one of the dead people who like this SOS thing's probably been going on for years.
I mean, that's what's indicated by the fact that the other ship was there and there was a dead body flying out of the muck in a spacesuit. How does the flowers get in your helmet? Well, that was certainly a thing. If that was the whole story, that was a thing.
That was definitely a thing. Yeah, I think that was it. That was that story. Wow. I don't think any of them survive it. Matter of fact, they've probably been killing people for quite some time now at this point. I wish we knew what year it was.
Well, I mean, it's an anthology, so we're done with that. So.
No, but I think that particular story, because she was dead for that calendar 2005, she was dead or something like that.
Yeah.
It's a bad one going around this year, that's for sure. Careful, we don't want it turning into pneumonia.
Oh, I think this is the one that I know already.
Shot should probably be enough, but to be on the safe side, I'm giving you a prescription
Because
for
he
a
looks
full
familiar.
course of antibiotics.
Thanks.
Next, please, Mr. Kawasaki.
Well, I appreciate it, Doctor.
Yep, you take care now.
Morning, Doctor.
Yes, sir. What brings you in?
Hate to say it, but it looks like I caught the bug that's going around.
Take care.
Actually, something's going around. Something's happening.
Well, yeah, he's either getting a vaccine or he's already sick and getting something. Coca-Cola. Yeah, he's already got something then.
Yeah.
As far as we haven't seen the title card. Unless...
For the second one?
Yeah. Unless we just get the title card for the whole thing.
Maybe towards the end?
Yeah, when we get the credits.
I mean,
Obviously,
we obviously know this is
will
the second
separate.
one.
Yeah. Unless that guy in space is now dreaming of this. I mean, you could, right? In his final moments, lack of oxygen, he dreams up 2 more stories.
Yeah,
there we go.
Stink bomb.
The stinkiest weapon.
Yeah, because the other one was called Her Memories, right?
Yeah. Well, no, that was the subtitle. Like, this one says the stinkiest weapon. That one was Her Memories was the subtitle.
I just didn't want to sit alone in my apartment all day. It's not like I have a girlfriend to nurse me back to health, so...
Well, take care.
I will preface that I liked this one so much that I went out of my way to watch it by itself. That's how much. That's how good I think this one is.
I like the soundtrack. Yeah, you should stay home.
Should have kept your mask on.
I'd be so mad if you like that next to me at work.
Well, I mean, more so that he was wearing a mask before, took it off, and started sneezing.
Inside the workplace.
You could maybe give some of those a shot.
I've tried literally everything.
Hey, Nobu, I heard there's something really powerful just out of R&D. Spotted a test batch on the chief's desk earlier. Since they haven't said dosing yet, it'll be high octane.
Yeah, I saw.
I mean, I'd also be pissed if I was the guy on the microscope. Having a guy sneezing around the microscope.
Yeah, I know, and I have a sample here you're about to contaminate.
Cool. Not even a trash can, just around a general pile. That's one for the janitor, I guess.
Chief, I need you to sign off on some paper. Huh? And not here. Red capsules in a blue bottle.
And a coworker said to try some of the new drug samples. Of course, there were 3 different
crazy
samples.
can you be?
Well, there was 3 different samples, so he doesn't even know if he's trying the right one.
How about going back in and asking? No, got a feeling this is the wrong pill.
Well, maybe I'll just try one of them.
He's about to find the truth about the Matrix.
No way, Miki. I can't believe you actually did.
No, that's the blue pill, isn't it?
Just figured I'd try something.
Was it the blue pill?
I
always mix
can't
those up.
remember.
You've gotta come to.
The only way to be sure is to take both pills at once and see what happens.
Hey, do you smell something? I sure do. Maybe something went bad in the kitchen fridge. Went bad? No, it smells good. Smells almost like perfume.
She thinks it smells bad. He thinks it smells. She thinks it smells good.
What was the name of the title again? It was Stinky something?
Stink bomb.
Stink bomb.
Stink bomb, the stinkiest weapon. Or something like that.
Which one of you went to my office and touched the red pills on my desk? Tell me right now!
Oh, boy.
Sir, I think I know. Nobuo might have tried the meds. I believe he went in there a few minutes ago.
What? Where the hell did he run off to?
Into your office, like I was saying before.
I mean right now, you idiot!
Maybe. He decided to go home. He decided to just go home!
One of my favorite novels by Greg Bear essentially goes the same way, like this, not with the stink bomb element or anything like that, but literally guy tries to sneak something out of a laboratory by injecting himself with it, with the plan to take it out of his body later.
That
And
sounds
it
horrific.
changes the world.
I bet it does.
Well, he worked at a biomedical company or something like that. So I get similar to this.
Do you smell that?
Everyone smelled something. Only the receptionist said it smelled good.
It's made me conscious of my breathing.
I use push to talk.
After we see a vent, and it stinks.
Well, this one also very much reminds me of a very other specific work that I'm not going to reference yet because that would be a massive spoiler.
Okay, so yeah, please don't. Well, he seems to be okay. All he did was fall asleep.
Yeah. I mean, he went home. I guess all he needed was a nap. Or that shot works finally,
is
right?
He home?
No, he went
Is
home.
he
And remember the other lab said, "Where is he now?" And he says he went home. Although maybe he didn't go home.
No, but I think he was guessing though. I don't think he knew for sure.
Yeah. It seems like he could have been sleeping in a break room or something. Everyone took a nap.
Hey, Sakiko?
Is that what they're smelling? And then knocks him out like this? Yeah,
I don't know. I don't sleep like that usually. But the phone is right there.
You're not aware though. You don't know how you're sleeping.
Well, he's saying call for help, and then the phone is right there next to her body. Well, the rats are
dead. Oh wow!
Also asleep. That guy sleeps weird.
So maybe it was something chemical wise. What they were smelling, it killed them. I don't think they were in pain though.
Or that guy got hit by Joker gas. So I'm going to ask you now: have you ever seen the Stephen King movie thing, The Stand?
Yes.
You remember the beginning of The Stand, where the camera's panning through the lab?
No, I have not seen The Stand. I'm confusing with The Mist. I've seen The Mist.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Well, if you ever see The Stand, pay attention to the very beginning. Okay. It looks exactly like this, but live action. And by this, I mean this part right here, where they're like in the building.
Now, I'm thinking that this old man here was trying to kill everybody, and he's the one who had the antidote.
He hit them. He was going for the master power. Oh, the alarm. He turned the alarm off. Why would he turn the alarm off?
See, maybe he was doing something that he should not have been doing. And he was covering his tracks by turning this off.
Or trying to avoid a lockdown. This is happening.
What happened over there, Omaida? Wait, who are you?
Well,
Where's Omaida?
I appreciate the importance that they're giving that an accident has occurred at one of the labs, and like, oh no, freak out immediately.
What the hell is he doing on the floor? Tell me what's going on.
I don't know. It's not just the chief either. It's everyone here.
Huh? Show me the security cameras.
I think we had some kind of accident or something.
And you're?
Yeah, no shit.
I'm Nobu Otanaka, Development Room 3.
Okay, and now tell me exactly when all this happened.
Well, they were like this when I woke up.
They didn't save any footage?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Rewind everything.
Rewind everything.
I guess maybe this is all just live. Maybe they don't have any recordings.
But he's unconscious, just like everyone else.
I work in the medical field, but I can't check a pulse.
But they aren't here yet.
You what? You called the paramedics?
Yes, and the police.
Idiot! Just hold on.
I'm assuming that's only bad because either it spreads the infection if more people show up, or it's bad press for the company.
Dude, this is how COVID started.
Not touching that one.
Well, all right. Now listen.
No, this is Japan.
Find a particular medicine that the company gave work.
Of the bird flu.
Immediately bring them directly to me here at our headquarters.
Well, I mean, if you really wanted to go there, you could say SARS, but
Oh, SARS. This is the cover up, though, right? They did something wrong here.
You mean right now?
That's why he didn't want the cops there.
again, the company's bottom line is what I think is being indicated. But also, if there was like something outbreak that killed everyone, you wouldn't want to call outside people in. That would get them killed.
Oh, see? See? There you go.
Now you understand. So it goes without saying that this needs to be kept quiet, no matter the cost.
So they made a biological weapon. Well, at least the older man did.
Get out of there before the police get there.
Then what about the pills he took then? How is that affecting him like this? Is that the antidote?
We just said take the medicine sample too. There you go, the thing he took. Implying that he took a biochemical weapon.
Oh.
So again, the sequence of events is that... Go ahead.
He takes the pill, he stinks, and they killed everybody?
I mean, I was going to say, the sequence of events that we saw, he feels ill, he goes to sleep, he wakes up, everyone's dead. Oh, sorry, I missed the... He takes the pill, he goes to sleep. Well, all the birds just died.
And maybe whatever is bio that comes out of him, either through breathing or whatever else did come out of him. Because it didn't happen until he took the pills. Oh, yeah, it's going outside too.
Well, you also have to think that maybe something happened in the lab. That the lab released everything, and it's just spreading its way through the countryside now.
That's frightening. Even the flowers are messed up.
Again, this would be 100% easier to describe if you'd seen the stand. I don't think that ambulance is arriving.
No, the ambulance died.
Hey! Hey!
Jesus.
Just like the others.
Yeah, don't have to worry about the cops arriving either.
And how far did it infect everything else?
Again, if it leaked from the lab, we don't know what it's in.
Nor do we know how long it's been leaking for.
Yeah, he was asleep. The guy said, we need to know the hour and the minute when everything went wrong. And he said, I don't know, I was asleep. And the other guy turned the alarm off. Well, not a super hidden place, considering the thing on the top right all the way to B5, which is where you're going. Also, got to appreciate, Ray shows up and we got B5.
It always follows me.
Apparently.
It's the big map.
Did you ever see War Games?
No, I haven't.
Although I did.
I'm dying to watch that.
I did,
but I've seen the. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I did leak an image of what NORAD looked like in War Games on your Discord before. NORAD is actually upset that tourist groups come in expecting it to look that way, because it doesn't.
Situation to me, gentlemen.
We're live here at the Sasego Tunnel on the 20 freeway. As you can see behind me, it is traffic chaos at this
I was thinking more of Dr. Strangelove.
Valley has been completely closed, with traffic being diverted to side streets, while eastbound
I have seen that. I just there's no fighting in the war room.
No fighting in the war room. It's the big map.
You'll see the big map. It's fair. He was taking pictures of it. It wasn't a wrong call.
What exactly is this bizarre situation happening here today, and what is that mystery smell coming from the valley that no one can identify?
It has to be linked to what was coming around. I remember everybody in the beginning of the episode of this.
Yeah, maybe it's an airborne. Yeah, maybe it's an airborne. Well, he was the only. Well, he got a vaccination. Then he went to work.
Yeah, maybe they didn't get. People at work didn't get vaccination, but there were other people who were getting vaccinated.
Then why is everyone else dying? You think this is the vaccination percentage of Japan?
Maybe.
Maybe we're not in Japan. Maybe we're in modern day.
I saw the flag.
Especially when you consider all the fatalities. We have no way to know the number of dead. Wait, a survivor! He's right! This is unbelievable! Let's get him!
We can't, man. The cops said we shouldn't descend any lower than 300 meters.
That's a person down there! Besides, think of the ratings!
I'm sorry, we're not paying attention to all the dead bodies?
Yeah, really. I don't care what the ratings are.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are attempting a live on-air rescue! Keep the camera on me!
They are wearing masks, though.
That's not good enough.
Guess not. Well, no matter anymore.
That's frightening.
It's like any good zombie movie or something like that, right? Where you don't know what's happening and the cameraman just falls over in front of something. Perfect shot.
It would be funny if it turned into a zombie thing.
Given the classified nature, we moved to develop a top-secret research team.
So you were ordered to develop some kind of biochemical weapon?
No, it was a countermeasure. But then what happened is the head of the
countermeasure to
team
what?
Accidentally discovered that one of the compounds involved had an extremely potent side effect that no one could have predicted.
What? How potent?
We've recovered the data from the lab server, but we're still running it through all of our analysis models, so we don't quite know yet. We'll be sure to inform you the second the analysis is complete.
We dispatched a strike team. Have the special forces reported back yet?
We got word a few minutes ago that they'd arrived in the valley and were gathering preliminary intel on the situation. But
what? Speak up, son.
We airdropped sensors into the area, and from what we can tell, the center of contamination is moving from its origin point somehow.
It's moving.
The gas cloud created by the incident is being blown eastward by the jet stream as we speak.
Oof. That's not good. By the way, I can see more in this particular story than the other one. The influence of the style of Akira here.
I don't know about that.
Like in some of the people, you can see some of the faces. I can see some of that style.
Oh, but
Like
character.
Akira.
Well, here's the thing, though. That would be dependent on who the character animation is doing. If the same guy was the director, I assume he'd have an overall word about everything, but he wouldn't be the one directly making.
Wait, what do you mean? From the lab?
Well, it was requested that the project be top secret, so we at least wanted to make sure the samples didn't leave company hands.
So the gas is coming right towards us then?
Well, they put it together. I'm sure you figured it out already, right? That was the characters of the show putting it together. Now let's see if Ray put it together.
But how are they going to survive it, though?
Say what?
How are they going to survive this? The mask is not holding it back. How are they going to survive this?
Well, that seems like commercial mask. Also, they weren't protected all the way around. Now we got the military. Stick bomb.
Okay, looks like he's the last one. Get him out.
The funny thing is that he doesn't even smell it. Like, he never said once it stinks here.
Get that stuff packed up ASAP.
But remember, he's been dealing with like stuffed up nose all day too.
Jesus.
Well, so much for the military gear. Let's hope the tank can be airtight. No, not a tank. It's in the something else.
Dude, at this point, he's a monster. They'd have to take him out.
Well, clearly though, he doesn't understand that. He's trying to get help. You remember in Screamers, right?
The smell is coming from him.
Help me! Help me!
Yeah, help me!
Can I come with you?
Retreat! Attack!
Dad, hey, wait! Don't leave.
I mean, if you think he's the one causing it, yeah, shoot him.
Please, come back.
But they think he's running. They're running away from something behind him. So. Ironically, I think the answer that I had from memories works here too.
Which is?
Shoot him in the leg.
Oh, yeah.
You'd certainly at least try and get away.
I'm surprised they didn't shoot at all.
I don't know. They're the military. He's a civilian, even if he's unintentionally responsible for everything.
Well, I mean, you've seen your comrades die right in front of you.
Yeah, I mean, also, well, it's Japan. They have very strict gun laws over there. Maybe they don't have guns because they're not deployed for action.
Grandpa, come on! Nobuo's in big trouble! What's happened to him now?
As the situation develops, authorities are requesting
Grandma!
stay away.
I brought Grandpa! He's here! What's wrong?
You'd better come look. Seems like Nobuo's really stepped in something bad this time.
Somebody help! This man.
Oh, right, yeah.
No! You're on the news! What have you done now? Contaminated zone now extends beyond.
Let's hope their home isn't on the path that he's on.
Conclude that the man we identified is the cause of the incident.
Our troops leading
There you go.
investigations at Sasego have reported back, and based on their observations,
Yeah, that's the thing they figured out earlier. That's why they said, "Oh, it's heading right for us, is it?" Because he said, "Oh, he's bringing us the information from the lab."
Simply don't match up with what we've been observing on the ground.
But is he bringing in that giant smog? Is it just following him?
Yeah, that's what they're indicating, that the smog is coming from him.
Substances in his body may be mixing with the compound. This could have resulted in an unforeseen reaction inside of his body.
Can you skip past all the caveats? We don't have time.
Yes, of course. Well, there is no doubt about the fact that the smell is emanating from Nobuo Tanaka's body, and the strength of the gas seems to vary wildly based on his metabolism, his level of physical exertion, and his emotional state. In other words, the odor seems to come from his respiration, which evaporates and turns into a noxious gas.
Yeah, not helped by the fact he's freaking out.
No. He's killing millions of people right now as he's driving by the highway.
Get him food and drink without upsetting him, and then work on a plan to deactivate.
In other words, the only workable option is to kill the son of a bitch.
That's what I would say.
Yeah. But also, since it's spreading out in front of him as he's moving, all he's seeing is dead people, not people dying in front of him. Well, except for the military group.
Because of your stupid project, take some responsibility for the destruction you've caused. We can worry about assigning.
So this is an American project?
The protection of our citizens takes
Yeah.
over everything else.
He's Japanese self-defense force. This is U.S. military. You can tell by the U.S. on his lapels.
Poor guy. They're gonna take him out for real.
Okay, I get maybe the jet fighter. I mean, even the jet fighter, I might understand. But why did we mobilize that was the boats? The boats, like
this is overkill. Hey, you know when you're scared, man.
I guess maybe they're missile boats. They could fire from a distance.
minute at a time. The cloud is drifting towards Tokyo, where it'll likely bring the same sort of devastation.
Well, that's the point too. Like, how close can they get before they start passing out? Is it getting stronger?
300 meters before, yeah. I don't know if it's getting stronger.
Well, that was in the air, though.
Well, they said even the altitude wasn't going to protect them for long.
Mm.
Wait, that's...
Turn around and don't go to Tokyo. Just head back now. I don't quite know why, but they say it'll be putting people in danger if you go. Don't go.
Yeah, maybe you should have included somebody with information and not just Grandma.
And then just Grandma. Yeah. I wanted to, if killing him might make it worse. Dude. He had the crossfit right in his chest.
To be fair, he's in a helicopter. I don't think he's in a...
Hands off of me.
What was that? Shoot him! Damn, the gas! My eyes are watering.
We can't stay at this altitude.
And they also added the element of shoot him before the gas covers him up. So...
Dude, don't go there. He's still gonna go. We may have to drop a bomb on this guy.
We are.
Yep, there you go. That makes sense. Dude, you know, it could be that the military in Japan is not really good at aiming.
Well, actually, they're trained by us.
Oh my God!
They should have just sealed him into the tunnel while he was in the tunnel.
Jesus Christ. Dude, like $5 billion worth of ordnance just went off.
Well, to be fair, he's also heading towards Tokyo, one of the largest population centers. He can't let him...
yeah, the capital.
They can't let him get there. They called everything in.
And they're still missing, though. That's what makes it scarier.
Well, it shouldn't even matter that they're missing. These are explosions, like concussive force, the fireball itself.
Visual contact. Target is in the clear. Roger that.
Yeah, just destroy the bridge.
Negative contact. Lost sight of him in the cloud. Heard. Maintain your trajectory anyway. Fire!
Also, tanks are airtight.
Shit, what the hell kind of aim was that? Sir, the precision targeting system isn't working. What'd you say? Hey, what's going on? It's the engine!
I think the idea is that the gas is also affecting targeting systems.
Equipment?
Yeah. Like maybe it's corrosive, like the moment it gets within range of the gas cloud, it eats away at it. Because that would also explain why it's defeating their... I don't know, that's just stupid. That was just them being stupid. But I mean, that would explain why it's defeating like all of the filters and everything. It's just corrosive and eats through stuff. Like Andromeda strain, if you remember that.
Yeah, like acidic or so. Dude, that's crazy. They have not slowed this man down at all.
Well, they're literally just dropping gravity bombs on him, so that should not be affected by anything.
But you would think you would blow up in front of him, that way he can stop or something. Look, he's still... this guy's too good. That's nuts.
Well, they've
You
got to
can't
be
stop him.
the lowest quality explosives, though, because again, anything going off next to him, the concussive force of the blast, like how a grenade works. It's not all shit hitting you. The concussive force of the grenade can also take you out.
Well, he's been unstoppable.
At 60 kilometers per hour.
Jeez. Dude, the amount of death, wildlife he took out just driving through here.
Time to evacuate the entire city in minutes.
Whoever that is on the horn, on the trumpet, he is losing his mind right now. Excellent. Oof. But getting the hell out of there.
I mean, you're racing a guy going 60 kilometers per hour. Yeah, see, it looks like they're freaking out. The missiles can't track.
Yeah, it's out of control. Yeah, you're right.
You think maybe with all those helicopters they had out there, they could do some sort of anti-air pressure force or something?
Or even just talk to him more or something, you know?
Well, I think they've ruined that one already when they took a shot when Grandma was talking.
We could talk about who's responsible, but I don't see the point. You two, get out of here. I'm sure you both have families to attend to.
I don't think it makes much sense, though, because they were dropping just gravity-guided bombs. That can't just go out of angle. It's just going straight down.
Yeah, but the guy never once... Like, if I'm being attacked, I'm going to try to look for cover.
Well, he's going
just
straight
kept going in
ahead.
a straight line.
You know, just have a group set mines in front of him.
Or what do you call that? Those teeth they when those car chases to pop those tires.
Yeah, but we want to take him out. He'll still be moving forwards on foot. Unless you're planning him just getting a flat tire and going face first into the pavement. I can tell it's US because it's in English.
I think some covert missions here. Some black ops.
Yeah, no NASA. Time to go sci-fi on this.
On the prototype stage, it has 100% shielding from electromagnetic radiation, and its armor is damn near impenetrable. During the testing phase, they even hit it with a trench mortar.
So capturing him, that's really your plan?
Japan's prime minister has already given up the fight. No harm in us giving it a shot.
I mean, he is the apparently strongest weapon in existence.
Immediately and tell them to stop him at Mount Cow.
Sir.
Dude, everything's green. It's a giant green cloud.
Well, because it gets stronger and bigger the more his emotions kick up, and you're trying to kill him, so...
What was that about? Why were they shooting all those things at me?
I was just about to say they should have put an ad on whatever motorcycle company this is, because...
the sales will go crazy.
Well, they just kicked out the moment I thought about that, so...
It'll be like the white Bronco back in the 90s.
I'm still hungry for some reason.
Oh, what I said before, seal him in the tunnel when he's in the tunnel.
Good, we got him! Now give it the juice, full power!
Good, now seal the end you're on, because he's still heading your way. Oh, the thing I said about the helicopters.
The blow away?
Yeah. Well, they had like 1 million helicopters in the air. It felt like they could have done something like this there.
Yeah, get that air moving! Freeze him out like he's Frosty the goddamn snowman! Charlie Happy this, asshole!
Well, seriously, I'm saying seal this end of the tunnel. Then he's trapped in there, right? Then, if you really wanted to capture him, we could create like an airlock on one side and build that in.
Or even throw something to communicate with him.
Who are you? What do you think you're doing? You can't just come in here without authorization and... Order, sir. Huh? Hey! Captain, the gas is getting stronger. We're in the red. What? Damn.
Yeah, evacuate.
What's taking them so long with the liquid nitrogen? Stop!
Yeah, I gotta go.
We can't get him any more worked up. The cloud's already so dense, and if a stress...
See, at least they understand that.
Worse. Wait for the nitrogen tanks to get here. Hey, you!
I mean, the gas is already where the blowers are. It's too late for the nitrogen.
And I say the nitrogen, that's supposed to neutralize the gas.
I think it's supposed to.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to freeze the gas.
All right, the side isn't sealed off yet. I can get out.
It's a literal wind tunnel. I mean, from this guy's perspective, what the fuck do you think is happening anymore?
I know exactly. What are you thinking?
Everyone's dead. The military's trying to bomb you. Grandma says go away.
And you're still moving forward. You're not listening.
Well, because your boss told you to do something, and I guess you're a company man. And then apparently, apparently then the future America called. It's like, what's going on? What a weird day I'm having. Taser Claw.
Yeah, that.
Again, it gets stronger the more emotional heightened he is.
It's like the Hulk.
You wouldn't like me when I'm stinky.
I'm stinky.
And they're walking in's probably killed everybody outside now.
Unless the legend is actually, helping. Which I don't think it is. Yeah, you're not going to be able to run it. You need a vehicle.
Well, it seems like all the roads are traffic stops now.
It's been 30 minutes since we last had contact. Have you heard anything from Control at all?
Ah, wait. This reading. The density is decreasing.
What? Are you certain, Nirasaki?
Yes, I'm sure of it. Take a look at these levels right here. They're going down.
We've got communication back, sir. We've got video from the chopper, too. Putting it on screen.
They made it?
Or they killed him. I mean, they were supposed to capture him, but very much looks like a, well, I guess they sealed him in something. Just the way they laid the jacket over top of it makes it look like he's dead.
I thought he was dead, yeah. But it looked like it was still moving a little bit.
I think that's just because it was windy.
Yeah, it could be too.
I guess the benefit of it's so deadly that it kills you immediately. So it's not infectious; it can't spread.
But it wasn't meant to be the way it ended up becoming. Like they didn't know if you take it, like the pill.
Well, I think it's probably something to do with the shot that he got earlier, that it combined with something that was unexpected.
Yeah.
Yeah, that surface thing on the helmet, kind of like what's that? The electromagnetic thing that they do that coats stuff with metal.
For the like a blind type of thing.
Yeah, I mean you can really do that like today. So
the papers. Yes, thank you.
There we go. Hi, Mr. Nirasaki.
Oh my god.
I'm glad I finally get to meet you. To be honest, I had no idea where they were taking me. I wasn't sure I was gonna make it. Oh, hold on. Let me get out of this
thing. No.
Yeah. Someone really should have told him what was going on. Ian. Oh, now he smells it? Does that imply if he's smelling it now, he's about to die to it too? Is enough to make me think that there's nothing there. Like, at this point, I would be like, alright, time to leave the theater.
So that's the one you said that you've seen before?
Yeah. I love that one. That one's great.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Every kid
Ooh, the
wants a
style's
clock
changed.
bed.
The style is different.
Get up! You're gonna be late for school.
I feel him. I know exactly how he feels like.
Well, I have to imagine having clockwork in your bed is just constant cluck, cluck,
That's
cluck, cluck.
maddening.
Every day I tell him to get his behind out of bed at least a half an hour before breakfast. And every day he lies there like a log. Hut!
Welcome to 40K. Well, I have to imagine the first thing you do is you salute, I'm gonna guess, you're at Prince? Emperor?
Cannon fodder.
City of Cannons.
City of Cannons.
Hey, yo, move it or lose it.
The ship?
Oh, good morning.
It said City of Cannons, so I'm assuming it. I don't know. It does look like the front of like a B-52, but it's also a house.
Like a giant fortress.
I'm just repeating what the tagline was.
We can pay for your tuition is if you get a scholarship. But can you be bothered to apply yourself? No. Of course not.
Hey, Mom, can I have a musical helmet like the other kids at school? Everybody else has one.
No.
Why not?
Music helmet?
Musical helmet.
PTA warned us about those. They're dangerous.
But that's no fair. I'll be the only one without one. Come on,
I
please.
don't want to hear another word about this, young man. Life isn't fair, and you certainly aren't earning any kind of rewards when your grades are slipping and you skip training and you never get up on time. Isn't that right, dear?
No, then no, don't give him anything.
Alrighty, I've got your lunches here. And for you.
Don't get it mixed up. Ah, man, peanut butter and jelly again.
Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up.
Did Dad not talk at all?
He did. He said, yeah. When she said, right, dear, he said, yeah.
Okay, we go. I think he was grunting the whole time, like.
It feels like that kind of guy. Every house is a
The
cannon.
City of Cannons. Jesus Christ. The last time they were attacked, they must have been something awful. They're ready for the next time.
Train to cannon number 17, now arriving on platform 1. This is East 17th Station. East 17th Station.
Well, the train didn't have a cannon on it.
It could be retractable.
I would have expected the front of the train to be a cannon.
It's like a World War I steampunk.
Yeah, it looks like the
setting here.
They feel like pillboys. Some cannons bigger than others.
Something's incoming.
It's like the Gurren Lagann of cannons. And Gurren Lagann, everything has a face. So.
Jesus. That's a lot of steam.
Well, it's an old school train. And it also has the feel of World War I propaganda.
Big time.
What the hell's going on with that?
Yeah, they was in bed with the higher-ups.
Roll call in 5 minutes. Everyone assemble in the main hall now. Remember, no discipline, no victory.
Guess we put like that.
We don't have time to sit around. Shoot and blast with all your might. Shoot for the good of our nation.
Sine, cosine, and
That's pretty cool.
These are the functions of trigonometry we need to utilize to successfully calculate the coordinates of our target as they
Yeah,
form the basis
the only
of
math you need is the math to target the enemy.
themselves would never be accurate enough as in the real world. External factors also have an effect, and they need to be accounted for in any good predictive formula. Think of weather conditions like wind speed, which can speed or slow a shot or alter its course. Temperature and humidity can affect the power that
I don't see anybody with a music helmet though.
but we'll be getting more into the fine details.
Isn't that your boy from Gundam right there?
No, I didn't have the horns. That's what they call him, the Red Cannon. Now you remember what's going on at breakfast about how everyone in his class has music helmets.
Oh, that is that. What are music helmets?
No clue. Didn't look like a music helmet to me, though. All the other kids in the class. Also, Train Station 17 is also Canon 17.
Observe the following target data. Direction, 2 o'clock and 15 minutes. Launching angle, 42 degrees.
Everybody in line, roll call complete.
Are they shooting the train out?
Commence with the loading of the cannon.
I'd have to think they probably want to use the train more than that.
Bring in shells number 1 and 2.
Not as big as I thought they'd be.
Jeez. I fought one of those when I was playing Mario.
Oh, Bullet Bill. It's one of my favorite jokes animated I saw online of Bowser shooting his technical advisor with a gun. What are you doing? You want to explain this? All these bullet bills and everything we're using? What about gun?
I gotta say, of the three, I think this one I like the animation style more than the other two. I like this style.
I don't have anything against this style, but I wouldn't say it's better than the other two.
No, I didn't say better, but I like it more though.
Okay. Granted, you didn't say better. I just think this kind of stylization only works for what it is. That they're going for like a World War II propaganda piece.
Well, it's making me think about Heavy Metal magazine. The style you see back then in the magazine, sometimes back in the day.
I've only watched the 2 movies.
You never read any of the magazines?
No, I only watched the 2 movies. Heavy Metal, Heavy Metal 2000.
It's a lot of powder.
I was looking at the people. A lot of backup people that are doing nothing.
That can probably hit like 2 planets away.
I mean, it does seem to be the same size as Big Bertha, which is a much larger base.
Is this their biggest gun, or is this just one of their guns that they just, highlighting?
Number 17. I have to assume the other stations probably have comparable sized guns.
Initiate lifts. Activating lifts. Descending to cannon floor.
Also, God forbid you have to do this in a hurry, because this is taking forever.
Yeah, really. God forbid the enemy's right there.
Turret operator, confirm target angle. Direction 2 o'clock 15 minutes. Weather adjustment.
I mean, I appreciate how methodical they're being, like confirming every single thing. It's just, if they had a moving target, they would be useless.
Yeah, is something coming in? They're in danger? Oh, this is just a practice.
They haven't indicated why they're firing, other than like the constant fire with all of your might thing that was going on earlier, the propaganda stuff. This thing would not defeat Stink Bomb. That dude would have gotten in here.
This thing better be accurate.
I think
Really?
this thing feels like this thing can fire twice a day for how fast as this was going. Okay, we had it targeted. Everyone evacuated. And then this guy comes walking in.
Could it be one giant elaborate magic trick? He's gonna go in there and we're gonna shoot him out of the cannon?
Well, he kind of like the prince or whoever. The guy in the picture at the very beginning. Unless we have M. Bison's floating platform. Oh, never mind. Not that guy. This does not look like that guy at all.
Yeah, I don't know who this guy is.
Same outfit, not the right face or anything. Unless that's the propaganda. Made him look better in the picture than he does.
That could be.
Not for nothing, I do notice the SS step sign there. Literally in the lightning bolts of the SS.
Oh, the...
I guess World War II propaganda.
It's a bit scary. Are they gonna? Could it be because it's gonna do something like similar to a trench warfare? We're just bombing a trench.
I mean, certainly your target's not moving.
Dude, you might be right. This is a 2-shot-a-day machine.
I think the whole 30-minute episode, I think is 30 minutes. It's just going to be this thing firing.
Dude, there was like 50 guys loading it. For this clown to come out, press the button, and then walk away.
It's funny, they're all wearing gas masks right after Stink Bomb.
I thought it would have been a button, not a ripcord.
Yeah.
But that made it cooler, actually.
Turns out at the same time, they're also mowing the lawn.
You know, that could be that. They're shooting this just to get a reaction from the people.
I legit thought they were going to fire this cannon and all the other cannons were going to fire.
Good Lord.
I guess this is what living under a bunch of cannons does to your skin. Oh yeah, it's been overcast the entire time. Guess there's no sun anymore.
That's again.
Oh, non-toxic gunpowder. That explains the gas masks.
Tell everyone you know. Let's
rally
the masses to stop these gases. Here, take a flyer.
Yeah, not even preparing to fire again.
Are they just firing blindly?
I don't see anything out there.
Yeah, but they were measuring. They were like 45-degree angle. There's an angle. Like they were like,
well, maybe
they were targeting.
Maybe they're shooting for a spot they haven't shot yet.
Could be.
I mean, more annoyingly, it looks like most of the craters outside are just in front of the city. Like they don't go very far. Oh, music helmet. saints on horses in the background too.
The chief really did that?
He did! Apparently he snapped and they transferred him.
I heard it was because his wife was about to have a baby.
These transitions are really good.
With the other guy's mustache.
The chief probably wouldn't even notice. His other kids don't look like him one bit.
Well, they don't look like each other either, and I think we all know why that is.
I mean, she is unbelievable.
Yeah, it really tries to make you guess what the next scene is based on the thing you're zooming in over. Well, this is clearly rifling from the inside.
Barrel cleaning complete. Start preparations for shell number 3 loaded.
I'd love to see this world's version of OSHA. Oh, that's a violation.
This is why they don't. This is why OSHA's not here.
We have these procedures for a reason. One tiny slip-up could wipe out the entire Canada battalion. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, Lone Commander.
Your team is to remain on the floor.
Cannon loading complete. All personnel evacuate.
Didn't put his mask back on. We've already covered the gunpowder is toxic. I assume that's the dad character.
Oh, say that again?
I assume that's the dad character we've been following. Because we keep going back to the mom at the munitions factory, him at the loading, and the son at school.
And this guy's job is only to pull the trigger.
Well, that's why he's wearing the medals.
10 seconds to firing. All hands, brace for shockwave.
I say, I better hope you can hold your breath. Felt like he wasn't that far from the edge of a... I want to say cliff, that's not the right word. Yeah.
I don't think there's any enemies.
Could be. Could be a whole 1984 situation. We've designed society to be one way. Oh, that kid seems to be having fun. So I guess it's the literal stratum of society. The people on the top are enjoying themselves. People at the bottom are living in wrecked B-52 shells. I don't know what's going on.
It's very. This episode is very. This one story is very symbolic. More so than the other two.
I don't know. First
a lot
one.
more symbolism.
First one had a lot of symbolism.
Damage to the enemy's moving city included 5 major hits, 7 medium hits, 1 light hit, and 1 unconfirmed. We have inflicted tremendous damage. Our victory is...
See, that could be all propaganda. This could be. This is all bullshit.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. 1984 stuff.
Yeah.
1984, where they talk about the warring countries, and you just never see any of it, and it's all made up.
The Cannon family again? Yeah, bang, bang, bang! This show stinks.
Get ready for bed. It's gonna be lights out in a few minutes.
Oh, hey Dad, there's something I've always wanted to ask. Do you know why we're fighting in the war?
You'll understand someday when you're older.
Or you'll never be seen again for asking questions.
That could be.
I think Dad knows what's going
Dad
on.
had no answer.
Well, I think Dad knows what's going on. That's why you'll understand when you're older. Oh, he's aiming for the best position. None of the work, all of the payoff. I thought it was a lot more poignant than it was. I thought the eyes vanished like he was going dead inside or something like that.
Mm.
Yeah, all right.
Well, at least a kid in this world can still have dreams. Actually, that would be a nightmare in this world. What's the one thing your cannons can't hit?
Those planes.
Yeah.
They're all 17.
I said we just invented an enemy.
You gotta keep that war machine cranking.
Yeah, keeps us on top of the social stratum.
When I grow up, I want to be the one who fires the gun. Not just a cannon loader, like my dad. 10 hut!
Yeah, that guy sucks.
I hate my dad.
Well, I mean, there's probably a reason why the guy who fires the cannon's getting all fat so much that he, like, juggles around and everything, right?
But it could be what you said. It could be like some prince or something. Somebody, you know, of royalty or something like that.
Well, that's what I'm indicating at, is that that's the visual medium that they're giving us, that he doesn't do the hard labor that everyone else is doing. Because that's what they use for a visual metaphor and these sort of things. I feel like, again, I could be talking out my ass.
That will kill me. If I'm sleeping and I'm hearing this click-clock off this clock.
I mean, if you grew up with it, you might be calming. What's
Like,
the
this might be
alternative?
real? This might be a real alarm? I guess not.
I would say, what's the alternative but constant cannon fire?
That looks like they're being scanned.
Also, it was 9
Was
p.m.
that
and
it?
it was that dark.
That's how it ended?
Yeah. Oh, again, I think it was just a day in the life of sort of
I
situation.
guess, yeah.
And we're supposed to read into all that stuff that was going on.
Yeah, that was pretty ambiguous. You know, we could have came up with like 5 or 6 different endings, and they all would have fit into what we think this might be happening.
I've seen worse. Well, I mean, like, I've watched Robot Carnival, which is another kind of one of these. Like, well, ironically, Robot Carnival's framing device is a city of robots that are just, like, dancing around on the outside, but they've gone out of control, so they've kind of just run over the rest of the world because it's a city's carnival. But
isn't that? I think I've seen Robot, or I heard of Robot Carnival. Isn't that like a short story?
No, it's like this, except it's like 6 or 7 different stories.
Okay.
And one of them is literally just a black and white painting, or black and white moving image, like really old school style, where it's really hard to figure out what's going on. I think it's supposed to be like the death, rebirth, and then death again of mankind. But it's essentially one person just walking forwards and a bunch of clouds in the background, and sometimes a fish.
Okay.
It's really hard to figure out.
I might have to check that out.
Well, I'm not
What do you think
recommending it. I was saying that's the worst
No,
of
you
Robot
have
Carnival.
to-
Robot Carnival has some really good ones. Really good ones. Like,
Well, that's the thing with anthologies. Anthologies, they're. I don't think I've ever seen an anthology where every one of them was great, but you have some gems in anthologies that are just like, wow, that's an incredible story.
well, I mean, like, I think this one, Cannon Fodder, was the worst of these 3, but I don't think it was bad.
No, I don't think it was bad either. Well, no, I don't think it was bad. But I was going to ask you, what do you think about the director's style? Because each one of them was definitely a different style. There was different storytelling. Like, I thought you can see in these 3 episodes, these 3 stories, you can see the range he has in directing. You know? And I think he to me, it was pretty good. You know,
I want to say the thing that I typically see the least of in these sort of things is the director's hand.
Really, well, this is the director's hand. He wrote these.
Did he?
And directed these.
I think he directed them. I don't know that he wrote them.
I could have sworn it said written also. Hold on. Now I'm all confused.
Oh, damn it. The thing that literally just scrolled by a second ago was originally written by. It's like, damn it, it went right past. I missed it. Because if he wrote them, that's something I could see. Because for me, it is the animation people and the writer. I don't know. The director would choose like storyboards and whatnot and how they're going to go with that animation. But for me, the things that stand out the most.
I think you can see his style on all 3 of them, especially like there are scenes where, like, okay, when the guy was being shot, the guy in the motorcycle who stank, right? The sequences of the ship, not the ship, of him being attacked and him moving forward, that seemed to be evident in the other ones as well, like that type of style of his. So I can see his style in all three of these.
I'm not saying that that's not there. I'm saying that's me personally has the least ability to see, because I would say that the argument would be what didn't get included or what did they decide to change course on. Like those elements, without seeing them, I have no idea what his choices were, because the finished product is the finished product.
Okay.
Because otherwise, it's the stories themselves. So I attribute the stories to the writers. And if you're saying he wrote them, that's that then. But,
I thought that's what I read when I first
well, hold on. Cannon fodder's going by. That'll be a credit for the writer. We can see it this time. It scrolled past when we brought it up on the second one. Screenplay. Okay, yeah, no, it is. Well, sorry. I'm pretty sure there was another name on one of them, so maybe he didn't write all three of them. But if
he had a hand in the story.
If he was the writer, then fair enough. I see his hand in the writing.
Okay.
If he was one of the animators, fair enough, then I would see his hand in the art style. Directing is so... It is the thing that probably has a lot of hand in everything, but is so... Yeah, there's that quote from Futurama, when Bender meets God, and God says, if you're doing everything right, no one will know you've done anything at all. That's what I feel like the director is. Like, I don't know what to spot that is them. Oh, Studio Ghibli. We talked about them in the opening thing.
In the opening.
Photography support said Studio Ghibli.
Oh, there you go.
So, it was relevant.
But do you think the theme for all three of them had to do with memories themselves? Or do you think it was properly named for what we just saw? Memories? Like, how would we say the last one we just saw? How would that be memories?
Well, definitely the first one.
Definitely the first one.
If they remembered to activate the alarm system in the second one.
Or they remember they were making a biological weapon? No, but it doesn't. I don't know. I don't know if it was properly named in that sense.
Well, maybe they put all their eggs into the basket of the first thing. I don't know. Well, it's also the element of anime, right? Not all names make sense, and some names are meant to be obscure.
Yeah, but I was thinking maybe he's trying to do a theme with the story, with the name itself, all three of them with memories.
Well,
the first one for sure.
Like when I brought up Robot Carnival, the idea of sci-fi is typically in that one. Robot Carnival is the thing, not specifically a robot carnival. Like that's the framing device, and that the beginning and the end of the entire anthology is the Robot Carnival. The rest of it is just sci-fi stuff.
You like anthologies?
Sometimes. I mean, the only anthology I really remember is like Creep Show and things like that.
But you didn't watch the one that came out on Amazon recently with the video games?
No.
I think it was called the New Level or Next Level.
There was like nothing in there I cared about.
And what about sex robots and something like that on Netflix?
I have watched 5 or 6 episodes of that.
And you don't care for it, or it's not your thing? Or?
No, I looked like very specifically. I saw like snippets of each like thing that I wanted, and I was like, "Oh, well, I'll go watch that. That looks cool." Like the mini civilization in the freezer. I watched. I saw like a snippet of that one. I was like, "Oh, let me go look at that." Or the one where the robots are investigating Earth without humans. It's like, "Oh, there's 3 clips of this. Okay, I'll watch all 3 clips of this." I didn't have any desire to watch the show itself, but I mean, if you're including that as an anthology, then sure, Twilight Zone and Outer Limits are anthologies then.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking in the world of animation, though. You know, we don't have many. Not that I think any real anthologies.
There are tons of them because there's tons of things like Robot Carnival and Memories and things like that. I don't know them all, but I'm aware that they exist. I don't know. I like a solid storyline. Solid storyline sounds like this isn't a good storyline. I don't mean solid in the sense of good. I mean solid in the sense of contiguous.
No, I get you. Because I do too, but I kind of feel like these things they have their purpose, where you have people who like maybe hadn't had that opportunity to animate You know, like this is my shot. You know, I'm not a big name, but I'm working on this project. It's coming out. I have an opportunity to get my name out somehow. You know.
Well,
that
sort of is the purpose, but it often tends to not be, because it tends to be also just like, here's a collection of artists you do know all put together and contributing, because it's cheaper to get them on short projects like mini bits of a film instead of a full film.
Okay. Well, with that said, then why do you think then that we have an anthology from one director? Like, as opposed to saying an anthology of different animators, we have an anthology of one director. Like, what do you think their purpose was trying to do with this particular? Like, what was the motivation behind something like this?
I mean, I can only guess. I mean, the first guess off of my mind is that he had 3 short films, and that's the easiest way to get them
like
all
a
out.
passion project, maybe, with those three things.
Well, again, the idea that where would you put the short films if you weren't going to put them together?
These could be ideas that just didn't flesh out to a bigger thing, but it was still good enough to put 2 animations somehow.
Right. Well, again, though, where would you put them, though, if you didn't put them together? If you didn't sell them together, and that's the only way to keep all of your work as one, what would they do? Like bonus content from some other thing, like buy this magazine and get the copy of, you know?
No, but how cool would it be, though, if we can go back, you know, back in the day, you went to the movie theater, and right before the movie came out, they gave you a quick short, 2 shorts, out of nowhere, for whatever. Like, they don't do that no more. You know, that's how back then people saw their cartoons or their newsreel or whatever.
Literally like Buck Rogers playing a short before the movie you go to watch. But then again, you could also go to the movie all day. Back then, that was, you know.
Well, that's true too. It's funny you said. My dad told me that he will go there sometimes 6, 7, 8 hours in the theater. I was like, Jesus Christ.
I mean, well, what was the alternative, right? Sitting in front of the radio.
Really? And about 10 cents to go to the theater back then. Perfect.
Well, again, it's 10 cents. Visa, what 10 cents got you back in the day, and how much it took to get 10 cents. It's not like it's 10 cents. Also, it's still $1 to get a burger. Well, it's not even $1 to get a burger anymore now.
Not even anymore. Nope, not at all.
Yeah, I remember back when it was 99 cents for a cheeseburger, 89 cents for a hamburger. That's the old man rancid clouds again.
Well, I enjoyed this very much. I thought this was really interesting. I liked all 3 stories. I really liked, and again, I think because it gave me nostalgia for the magazines for heavy metal. And they were like, that last one reminded me a lot of things that I read back in, a lot of the styles that I read back in the day for heavy metal magazine. The other 2, I think the first one was definitely my favorite. I think the first was my favorite completely. You know? Then the last one was probably the one I liked, but I think it was most because of nostalgia reasons, you know? But all 3 of them were good stories. The second one was a weird story.
I liked it. Again, you haven't seen The Stand, though, so I can't, talk about
that.
No,
I haven't seen The Stand. I'm going to have to watch it, and I have to get back to you like, hey, I saw The Stand. Let's talk about it. Let's go back.
You know Blue Oyster Cult, right?
I do know the Blue Oyster Cult.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't elaborate, but very much The Stand. Anyway, so you're saying number 2 was your least favorite, or number 3 was your...
Number 2 was my least favorite.
So you're going 1, 3, 2.
Can I say that? I don't know if I can say that.
Look, the problem is that even if you were grading gold, there's still going to be a worst grade of gold, right? So
yeah,
you can still have a least favorite among favorites. It's not.
I'll do 1, 3, 2. I think that's the case. 1, 3, 2 will be where I really did like the first one, and I don't know. Do you think I don't know. I'm being biased because the first one I saw of the 3, of course. But it was really good. I really liked it. It was so creative. I thought that was very creative.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'll agree with you. Probably mine is 1, 2, 3. Ironic, given that's just the order of events. But I mean, like I said, I went out of my way to watch Stink Bomb before, because I just really like the concept, and it fits in other media that I like. Because it's like, you don't see many post-apocalypse movies that start with the apocalypse itself, or they do, and it's hand waves over it real quick.
Yeah, it already happened. Usually, you know, we're in year 20.
Yeah.
Of this apocalypse instead of yeah.
So Stink Bomb had that real feel of opening moments of the apocalypse where, you know, he wakes up and everyone's dead and he's trying to figure out what's happening. It's like, it gets me into the mood to want to know what's happening and what's going on. But
it was also funny. Like it felt that it was lighthearted for what it was.
Oh yeah, you know? It was a comedy of errors.
It could have been very dark. It could have been super dark with the story. and it maintained a lightheartedness to it. With the grandma calling out, don't go to Tokyo, you're gonna stay back. And him, I mean, he was being bombarded left and right, and he had no clue to what should I stop? Should I take cover? Just kept on going.
Well, what most of the people doing, why they were doing it. Like, the guy who was trying to shoot him obviously makes sense in the moment. The fact he fucks everything up along the way. So, again, it's comedy of errors situation, but you'll understand what everyone's coming from. Don't go to Tokyo. But, yeah, I have to agree that number 1, I think, is the better one, because we were trying to read into everything that was happening along the way. Even number 3, which had this whole trying to read into the propaganda and what's going on with society and everything, we weren't reading as much into that as we were with number 1.
Yeah, number 1, it gave us that. It was pretty much a giant mystery from the beginning. And we were sucked into it from the very get-go. It was like, what's happening? What's this? What's that? Because it was so unusual, the setting. I've been seeing sci-fi for quite a while. I've never, ever seen a castle inside of a spaceship. It felt like it was inside some giant mansion over a ship.
Sorry,
and then every room was different.
I'm actively watching Voltaire 5 right now, which actively has a castle on top of a spaceship.
Oh, really?
Well, the spaceship is also a skull with wings on the side. So,
but it reminded me of old school D&D as well, where back in the day, because I don't know how often you played D&D. Back in the day when I was playing D&D, back in the 90s and 80s and whatnot, when you went into a dungeon, it was usually something freaky. It wasn't always like a monster there, the walls there. Like you went into a room and suddenly there's like you're inside this giant, a fountain or whatever it is.
You're talking.
It was crazy like that. It was more creative.
Well, you're talking Tower of Gygax, which is a specific adventure where you're going through
like
a tower. Every room is different because that's the method of it. It's a not a campaign adventure. What do you call it when you go? It's a convention adventure where you're supposed to run at a convention, so it has a high turnover of players, so anybody can just jump onto the table. I thought you were gonna go with Spelljammer, castles in space and whatnot.
Oh yeah, that too. I didn't think Spelljammer, to be honest with you. But
nobody does anymore.
Every room felt like it was a mystery.
Well,
every step they took in there was like, wow, what's that? Oh, where are they now? Oh, look at that picture. So it sucked us in, as opposed to the second one where everything was laid out. There really wasn't anything other than the fact that we kind of figured out that the stink is gonna come out, and we figured it out pretty early on, But it was still enjoyable. The third one, I kind of felt like I was watching a documentary somehow without, knowing what the topic was.
Well, yeah. Number 3 was 1984. So 1984 with a little mix of that Daffy Duck joins the Nazis.
Yeah.
Have you seen that little political thing? Number 1 was like being in a murder mystery. We're trying to solve everything. Everything visually is a clue, maybe not. Number 2 was like a sitcom, He's just running along and we're experiencing what he's experiencing, and every time he fails, it's a little bit of humor.
And number 3 was like a satire, not even satire, it was more like a observation or something, or some type
slice of life is what it actually was. As a anime style, right? Because it was literally just a day in the life of, and we saw the dad's point of view, the son's point of view, and the mom's point of view.
We saw the whole entire day until they went to sleep, and that was it.
Yeah, because he woke up, saluted the guy. I guess it's the fire. I don't know what he called it something at the very end. I want to be X, not like my dad. But yeah, no, he wakes up, salutes the thing, and he gets back home. Before he goes to bed, salutes the guy, goes to bed. So I don't know what the light represented.
No, it was definitely showing that the youth has been brainwashed, for sure.
What was the Pixar movie where they go into space? WALL-E. You remember WALL-E? Did you watch WALL-E?
I did watch WALL-E.
You remember in WALL-E with the pictures of the captains, and it's like normal guy, and it goes all the way up to this is what 0G does to you?
Mm-hmm.
I assume that's what the picture is. That's the first guy who was in charge, and the guy we see doing the ripcord is the current guy.
Definitely not the same image.
This is the evolution of what happens, and I guess this is the guy that took over during the wartime. This is his descendant who's, done everything. Not done everything. Who's gotten all the benefits of being in charge. We had a president, then he just declared emergency powers, and now this is the president's great-great-great-grandson who's still in charge because for some reason.
But you know what? I don't think I couldn't watch any more of that, though. Like, there was enough information there that I don't know if I would want to know more about that world. As opposed to, like, the first world, even the second world, I would like to know more about. Like, I would, if there were animes on that, just specifically, like, maybe even one season, whatever, I would like to know more about the first and the second one. The last one, not so much. Maybe because of the political tension that's going on lately, it's like, I don't want to think about any of this right now,
I mean, I see what you're saying. I don't think there's anything that really could have added to make it more interesting. I think it's more interesting that they didn't show an enemy. So actually showing an enemy would have been uninteresting. In fact, I think
they told more without showing it.
You could have cut out the kid's dream sequence too. Honestly, yeah, you could have really shrunk this one down. I didn't really care about the toxic gunpowder because they didn't do anything with it. Like, when they do that, and then the dad's like, oh, doesn't have his helmet, and he's afraid of the explosion noise, so he covers his ears, but it
had no effect on him.
Yeah, he didn't come home sick because of the toxic gunpowder or anything, so you cut that out, too.
Maybe that was just their way to explain the way how they look.
Well,
that they're all exposed to that.
In fact, I think, maybe, but I think it actually plays against it, because I anticipated, again, a 1984 society. You will step up, you ask questions, you disappear. And now we have this whole tell the power what to do, It's like, well, that doesn't seem right. That seems like those people shouldn't exist.
No, and they weren't protesting.
No, they were suggesting were suggesting the powers that be don't know what's best for us, which, is still the same thing. It's effectively protesting.
Yeah, I guess it is protesting. But it wasn't protesting the fact that they were shooting anything. They were still okay with shooting.
Of course, that's
the wars going on.
That's the basis of their society, though. That there's an enemy out there, and we have to fight it.
No, but that's what I'm saying. They weren't protesting against the government for what they're doing. They were protesting just because that one element was the fact that people were probably getting sick. So as opposed to it when wartime, people were protesting because they want peace. You know what I mean? That wasn't happening.
My point is more so that it would seem like that if you were in a totalitarian state, you would put your thumb down on anything, because the moment they start questioning what's good for them is the moment they think that you don't know what's good for them. You gotta squash free thinking before it infects everybody else.
Oh, so sad though.
Well, I just mean that's the point of the fascist dictators, that you have to know more than the person does, because if the person thinks they know more than you, why do they need you?
And again, that's the reason I think I wasn't too crazy about that particular story, because again, today's climate is kind of weird. What's going on around the world, and I didn't want to. It felt too real in many ways. Like, I don't want to talk about this. Let's go back to the guy whose his fart is killing half the population of Tokyo.
It's body odor.
I'm okay with that
body odor, I think. It wasn't well, because we see it coming out from under his arms and over his shoulders and everything like that. Also, it's an element of the fact that the more emotionally heightened he becomes. So conceivably, if he just took a nap. Well, actually taking a nap is what killed everybody. Well, a combination of things, and then a nap killed everybody.
That was good. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That was fun being here with you and watching some anime with you.
I enjoyed it as well. It was nice having you along, Ray.
Well, I appreciate you inviting me and asking me to come. And Memories is something I did want to watch. It's been a while. I've known about this for a while, but I've just never had a chance to come across it. Nor have I had I need to watch it right now, So it hadn't really come across to go watch it. I'm glad you suggested it.
I don't remember why it came up into my head as one of the two things, but I'm at least glad it was in my mind to do after we found out that...
It definitely wasn't horror.
Well, no. Number one was.
Yeah.
Number one was horror. You could think number two was horror, because one, the guy doesn't know what's happening. For everybody else, it's a horror film.
I guess it could be a horror. Yeah, the first one definitely a horror.
Yeah. I mean, we're trying to figure out what's going on. I still anticipated he was going to be making out with a dead body, so he was just going crazy. For that guy who turned into Carlos, I guess, was just fucking crazy.
Yeah, he was gone from the get go. I think we should have realized maybe the hint of the picture, him in the picture. I mean, that pretty much told the ending of the story, and we just didn't realize it.
Well, I mean, I kind of laid it out there, but I can't say more because my problem is that I always liken one media to another media. So if I do that and you don't know what the other media is, my only hope is, one, I haven't spoiled something for you in the future, and two, think of another media, I guess, but I don't know any other media that does this particular thing, so I try not to remind you of what I said back then. So,
okay.
So, yeah. The moment I saw that, I knew because of something else. I don't know when it came out. I'm going to assume this came out after that thing. Yeah, well, I don't know. Either way, because of one thing, I knew what another thing was going. Like, even though I didn't think about it until the very end, it just cemented. Although, now that I think about it, for those of you in the audience that have rewound and know what I'm talking about, it did it in reverse order. So I guess that's its claim to fame on that one. Also, it's sci-fi, and the other one's not.
Yeah, that's true too. It's always fun to watch to be in space.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can sci-fi everything. But the problem is I was also going to like it to another thing that you haven't watched, but is a lot more poignant of a reference. You probably actually know the reference I would make, but I can't say it. The problem of tiptoeing around spoilers. I hate being spoiled myself.
So I appreciate it.
I instantly don't want to spoil anybody else. So, final thoughts?
Well, again, I really did think that the first one, if there was a show or an anime or even manga based, I would like to know more about that world. Like, I would like to know who that woman was, how that ship get there, what was the original tragedy, why did they there so long? You know what I mean?
Well, we know who she is. We don't know the ship stuff, but we know who she is. We got her whole story.
Well, but still, I think that we could have gotten more. Like more, maybe her life back then. I just think I would have definitely liked to see more of that. What was going on in that building, in that ship?
I disagree.
Or even the murder.
I disagree with you. I agree with you on the element. I would like to watch more that takes place in that world. None of that. We're done with that one. I want more stuff like that in that world. Like, this is a place, I don't know, like Dead Space or something like that.
Like a different alien race comes over, hurt the ship, hurt.
No. Just like this is some weird space where creepy shit happens all the time. Some sort of like, oh god,
kind of like a different plane of existence. That's just weird.
Did you ever watch the Friday the 13th TV show?
No.
It was like
Friday the 13th on a TV show.
Yeah. It was like a horror version of like Outer Limits and everything like that. Except it was like there was a cast that returned every episode, sort of thing. So this is like that, like some sort of horror stuff that happens in the sci-fi world that we've already established has this kind of technology and stuff. So like I'm not smart enough to think about like what storylines you could do here. Well, that's the problem. That's why I would be a consumer of the media and not a producer of the media. You set up a pretty cool world where this kind of thing could happen. What else could happen, right? I don't want more of this thing. Like, I don't want to see this swallow another crew. I don't want a repeat of what's already happened. But you've established, a pretty cool art style. You've established pretty good what the technology is of the time. You've established that you can set up like a backstory of characters and that not everything is going to pay off one for one, but it's going to be satisfying by the end. What other kind of horror media things can you give me in outer space sci-fi with this kind of setup?
Yeah, and I think it's that too. It's the fact that it is. I mean, if you think about it, it's horror, and I don't think we see many horror sci-fi. They're like maybe a couple. I know we have Aliens, we have Event Horizon, and whatnot, but it's not like a show that the whole show is a space horror. Like, I will watch a whole season of some space horror. I mean, if it's done right, of course you got the right horror in there. But what would you do? Like you said, how would you make that happen? Other than this person being dead and whatnot.
I want to say there's got to be some space sci-fi horror TV shows. I just can't think of any.
It's always the same trope.
I just can't even think of any. Name one space sci-fi horror TV show.
The horror TV show? None. Not that I can think of.
Like, Dark.
Star Trek Enterprise is up there.
I don't know. I liked that. So, well, one thing I like Mirror Universe stuff, and it has a Mirror Universe episode. It has a Borg episode, which is on the back of spoilers. So, well, I don't know. If you watched Enterprise, you're making fun of it, right?
No, I've heard people who are Star Trek fans seem to hate the new Star Trek stuff that comes out.
I've said in chat during your Babylon 5 reactions before that I watched Babylon 5 on UPN back to back with Star Trek Voyager, because Voyager started on UPN, and then when UPN got the rights to broadcast Babylon 5, it would be Star Trek for an hour, Babylon 5 for an hour, just back to back. And most people, well, used to, I don't know if they currently do, due to New Trek, used to consider Voyager to be the worst. And I love Voyager, so... Well, because Voyager fails to live up to its promise. Voyager is a ship lost in the Delta Quadrant, trying to get home, but they never capitalize on the whole element of we're outside of our resource net or anything like that. They lose like 1 million shuttlecraft. They don't have a problem with losing resources.
And replacing them?
Yeah. So it becomes episodic instead of series-long storyline.
Well, I'm not there yet, but eventually I'll be there where I can complain on what's good and what's not in terms of Star Trek. Because everything I've seen in Star Trek, I've enjoyed every single one of it. Not that I've seen a lot of it. I've only seen the original series, and even that I've only seen half of the first season.
I think I've got to 22 episodes.
The little that I have seen, I have enjoyed. So based on the new stuff, which is a lot of new stuff.
New stuff's not good. New stuff is where I draw the line. Picard sucked. Discovery is bad.
Well, Picard, I know people hate Picard. I don't know if it was Enterprise or New World. I think Brave New World.
I've heard good things about Brave New Worlds, but
I've heard good things about the first season.
Well, I have no desire to watch it either. But Discovery was bad. Ironically, the best New Trek thing is the cartoon for children.
Lower Decks.
No, sorry, that's the comedy. That's not the one made for children. The one for children is the bunch of kids who get abducted. They're all orphans, and
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Can't remember the name for some reason.
It is definitely
and they're on a ship that's piloted by a holographic Janeway, which is the captain from Voyager. But
oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it's a cartoon and it's for kids, but it covers some very serious stuff, and it has a pretty great storyline that continues like from episode to episode, and it has bigger questions about characters you know from other shows. So it's really good. It was really good on its own. It was very surprising for me to watch and enjoy, considering it's like, oh, I thought this was supposed to be for kids.
Well, I like when cartoons do that. You know, when they're not just for kids, but you can as an adult. Like if I'm sitting there with my grandson or something like that, you know, that they were watching for the first time, but I can relate to everything else going on the screen. It's a good time to spend time with family to watch something like that.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name of it. It wasn't Lower Decks. It was
Prodigy.
What the hell
Star Trek Prodigy.
Prodigy. There you go. Star Trek Prodigy. That's what it was. But yeah.
All right.
That was good.
Well, those are your thoughts. Once again, this has been Stoneface Reactions. I have been Theta. This has been Ray. Go check out our nights. Links will be in the description below. But otherwise, that is it. We will catch you next time.
You guys be safe.
Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?